Hi again. So we're back together, this time to solve a very interesting function known as if function. Now, many a times it will happen that in your professional journeys, when you are working on Excel, you might be faced with a task that you have to check a specified condition. And if that condition or that criteria gets fulfilled, then you have to display a result. On the other hand, if that criteria fails or if that condition is not fulfilled, you have to display some other value. This type of situations are solved by if statements, right? So let's see how the formula looks like. Equals if. Now you can see here, if checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another value if false. So basically, you are checking a condition. If that condition gets fulfilled, you display a value. If that condition is not fulfilled, you display some other value. And if I open the formula, it says if Excel will ask you for a logical test. Now, logical test is that condition which you want to test. So you will specify the logical test, comma, if this logical test is true, then what will be the value if the result is true, comma, if the result is false, what will be the value if the result is false, right? So let's see how do we apply this. You have a database here of some of the employees and the department in which they work and the region in which they work and the salary at which they work. Now in column H, now let's see, we have to see if the salary is greater than 10,000, then I should get 5% of that salary here, else I should get 10% of the salary here, right? So what is the condition? Condition is that the salary should be greater than 10,000. Now, if this condition is true, that means if the salary is greater than 10,000, then I should get 5% of that salary here, else I should get 10% of that salary here. All right, let's see how will we solve it. We start the function with equals. If, press tab. Now, let's start filling in the syntax. Logical test. I told you, logical test is salary greater than 10,000. So I go to salary, link salary greater than 10,000. All right, this is what I need to check, that my salary, link this to the cell, salary greater than 10,000, comma, if this is true, what is the value that I need? I need this salary multiplied by 5%. All right, again you will link the salary to tell Excel that okay, whatever value is in the cell that I have linked, that multiplied by 5%, comma, or salary multiplied by 10% if it is false. I close the bracket and I press enter. So since this salary is greater than 10,000, I have 5% of the salary as my result. Now let's see if we can apply it again here. Just to give you a recap, equals if salary is greater than 10,000, comma, salary multiplied by 5%, comma, salary multiplied by 10%. Close the bracket, press enter. Alright, very easy. Now, instead of applying the formula again and again, I can simply copy this formula across. How can I do that? First alternative, I can do a Control C here, press Shift and down arrow key to select the cells where I want to paste the formula and press enter. So it will automatically fill it for me. Control C and enter, simple copy paste. The second alternative, is instead of pressing Control C, we can start with the cell that we want to copy, right? And press Shift and down arrow key to select the cells where we would like to copy, and press Control D. Control D. Control D is copy downwards, right? So Control D, and if you press Fn F2, you will see that the formula is being copied everywhere, right? So that is how you solve normal if statements. Try it on, guys. That's very, very simple. Simple. If, then, else. That's it. Okay. So that was a very simple if statement with us. Let's level up this time and see, can we frame a nested if function? Now, what is a nested if function? If there is a function inside another function, that becomes a nested function. So if statement inside another if statement is my nested if function. All right. So let's see what we are asked here. I am asked, if the salary is greater than 10,000, then I should get 5% of the salary. That's the same. However, if the salary is between 5,000 and 10,000, then 10% of the salary, else 15% of the salary. What does this mean? This means that I should check here in my cell G5, if this salary is greater than 10,000, then I should get 5% of this salary here. However, if this is between 5,000 to 10,000, let's say 8,000 maybe, then I should get 10% of the salary. If this is less than 5,000 also, let's say 3,000 or something, then I should get 15% of the salary. How will you do it? I'm giving you a minute to try on, guys. Please try this on. I'm waiting. Alright, I hope you have framed the if statement and have arrived at the desired result. If you haven't, no problem. We'll be doing it together. So let's see. Let's go very slowly on this. Let's start with equals. If. Now, what is my logical test? First logic test. That the salary should be greater than 10,000. So if salary is greater than 10,000, then what do I need? I need simple 5% of this salary. So this salary multiplied by 5%. Else. Now, if this statement is not true, if the salary is less than 10,000, then what? Then again I have two conditions to check, whether it is greater than 5,000 or not. If it is greater than 5,000, I need 10% to be displayed. If it is less than 5,000, I need 15% to be displayed. So I have to apply an if statement again here. Why again? Because if it is greater than 10,000, that has been taken care of by this if statement. If greater than 10,000, then 5%. What will happen if it is not greater than 10,000? Then again I will ask Excel to check again a condition, that whether it is greater than 5,000 or not. So if this salary is greater than 5,000, then now if it is greater than 5,000, then I need this into 10% of the salary. Else, if it is less than 5,000, I need salary into 15%. Now, here we are completing the if statement. That's all that was required from us. Now, whenever you are closing the nested functions, always remember to put or to close that many brackets as you have opened. All right. So here the first bracket closing is for the second if statement, and one more bracket closing for the first if statement. So number of brackets you open, number of brackets you have to close. All right. Press enter, and I can simply press a Control D to copy, and there you go. So if the salary is greater than 10,000, 5% of the salary. If it is not greater than 10,000, then I go to this second if statement again. I will ask Excel to check. Okay, if it is less than 10,000, it's fine. But Excel, please check that I know that it is less than 10,000, but is it greater than 5,000 or not? If it is greater than 5,000, then display 10% as the result, else display 15% as the result. Alright, so that is how we try and apply the nested if functions. I'll tell you once more, guys. I know it's a bit difficult. Let's do it again. Equals if salary is greater than 10,000. Alright, I need to check it's greater than 10,000. If it is true, then give me 5% of this salary. If it is false, I again have two conditions to check whether it is greater than 5,000 or it is less than 5,000. So again, if salary is greater than 5,000, if it is true, then display salary into 10%. If it is not greater than 5,000 also, then display salary into 15%. So how many brackets have I opened? Two brackets. How many brackets I will close? Two brackets. Press enter and simply press a Control D. That's how I solve a nested if question. I hope you have understood, guys. We were very slow with this. I'll give you a minute to grasp the concept and to try again. Alright, I hope you are clear with this. Let's move on to the next question. Now, what I need here in J3 is that if the department, so if the department is either admin or sales, it can be one of two, right? Either admin or sales. Then I need 2500 to be displayed, else I need 1000 to be displayed. Alright, so how will you check this? If the department is admin or sales. Now remember, guys, whenever we have either or condition in Excel, right? Whenever we say that okay, it can be either this or this, one of two, then give me this result, otherwise give me that result, right? So whenever there is an either or statement in Excel, we have a particular function known as or, right? So let's see what or says. Or says it checks whether any of the arguments are true and returns true or false. Okay, so it checks whether the argument are true or false. Simple, that's it. So we will combine this or function with if function and see what the result is and how can we get to that result. Okay, so how we start: if the department is admin or sales, then 2500, else 1000. Another way to remember this is to find out what is the connector here. Tell me, guys, what is the connector?